I wish this hat was a little tighter. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Soleil. Welcome back to my channel, The Real Soleil. We're doing this thing live, so if you're catching a replay, honey, you just gonna have to sit through these conversations that we normally have when people join me live. Hopefully y'all join me live. Hopefully there's no issues with sound. Hey Kiara, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Oh baby, we gonna talk today. Working, okay, you working and listening, but you can hear me. Girl, this is crazy. It's wild out here in these 2021 streets. I haven't talked about dating in a while. Like I did a video. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, hopefully nobody calls. Shit, I hope nobody calls. Every time somebody calls, it ruins my life. Don't call me, nobody. Y'all, the dating landscape. First of all, I don't know if y'all realize, but this time that we living in now is truly, COVID aside, this is truly an unprecedented time. Like there's so many nuances, so many things, so many new things, technology, the way society is, how we think, how we move, what we do, what we eat, what we dress, what we consume. Everything is so different and it's unlike anything anyone has ever seen before. I saw on Facebook the other day, this guy was pretty much sharing his sentiments around like parenting in the social media age. And he was like, you know, I hope people write, there needs to be books about this. And I commented, I'm like, I'm sure there are books. This was not part of my comment, but in my head, I'm like, I'm thinking there are books about this so far, but there are things that cannot be put in a book because we're living through this. Like we're still living through this and figuring it out, what it looks like to parent in the age of social media. When I was coming up, I'm 30 years old now. If you see this video years from now, it's 2021, I'm 30. I grew up right on the cusp. Thank you, Jesus, because I experienced technology and the internet, but not having a computer in your house was a luxury when I was in middle and high school. Like your parents was getting a little coin if you had that big old booty TV with a booty on it at your house with the slow dial up internet. Like we still had to wait. There was a delayed gratification getting on the internet. Child, we had to use CDs to get on the internet and free trials and get a whole bunch of those and keep changing your email and wait with this dial-up modem thing just to access the internet. So it was not as easily accessible. Thank you, Lord. I didn't get a cell phone until I was like, I don't know, I was gonna say 14, but I think it was like 16. Probably it was a while, okay? But other kids had them. My mama just, one, she couldn't afford it at first, and two, my mom was very she was conscious about shielding us from certain things, child. Okay, so the dial-up was real, okay? Baby, we living through some times, okay? So people that have been married and have now found themselves divorced for whatever reason, getting back into the dating scene is scary as hell for them. It's different. I met somebody recently that was married for a short period of time, and he was just like, yo, it's so different out here now. I'm like, yeah, like it's crazy. So consider yourself lucky and blessed if you are in a happy, healthy relationship, child. Don't, like I said, happy and healthy. Those are the two key words. If you in it, honey, stay there. Don't go nowhere. Don't be doing nothing crazy. It's wild out here. Honey, I was encouraged by, I was doing some work with a different type of therapist, and she centers her education and services around relationships, femininity, and dating. So we talked about all of my relationships, not just romantic, but like family included. I'm getting sweaty. But honey, should I turn my heat off? Yeah, let's turn it off a little bit. It's so interesting out here. I was encouraged by her, you know, just to tap back into my femininity a little bit more and get to know the dating landscape and see what's out there. Like I intentionally took some time off, like almost a year and a half from dating, because I was a new mom. I just really immersed myself into being a mother, and then a single mother on top of that. I had a lot of transitions going on: new house, new car, new baby, loss of a relationship, blah, 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 all of that stuff. So I had a lot going on, still got a lot going on, but I recently opened myself up to the idea of dating. I've been on some dates and things like that, but it wasn't until recently that I truly opened my heart and my mind back up to dating, where I felt like, okay, I've healed some things, and even my prior relationship, like I'm over that. I'm not feeling triggered by that, over that in a sense of like it's not gonna harm my next dating experience, if that makes sense. So, child, I got back out there. And it was crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. I Dudes are just interesting. You guys, men are interesting creatures. And somebody that I watch on YouTube a lot is Tony Gaskins. And if you don't already watch his videos, watch his videos, because he used to be a DOG, okay? And he talks about used to be, thank y'all for the likes. He talks about his past, and him used to, I'm trying to sound articulate, but it ain't working. He talks about how he used to be abusive, physically, verbally, emotionally, all that stuff in his prior relationships, how he was screwing everything, how the men are taught to do. Girl, you ain't missed the juicy part yet. Hey, Shanika. But yeah, he's so real about it. But now, first of all, he just be like, look, I'm a follower. I believe in Jesus. I'm a Christian, things like that. And the type of stuff that he says that he talks about, it's coming from a biblical standpoint, and his view and his way of life being a Christian man. He said, I'm now a committed father and husband. Like, I don't cheat on my wife, period. And I believe him. If he not doing what he say he do, then I believed him and I was wrong. But I believe him. I think he has a very genuine spirit. I like the fact that he's not just on the internet telling women what they should do or what he thinks they should do, but he's living by example. Like he said, I used to do this. I'm renewed every day by Christ, and this is where I get my willpower from to choose monogamy, number one, and to be a faithful father and husband, period. If you're gonna go through all of that and get on the internet and tell people that and be lying about it, then that's on you. You got to figure out what you going through to make you tell me something I ain't even asked you. You know what I mean? So I do believe him. I trust I trust what he's saying. I don't always agree with every single thing he says. That's life. I don't agree with everything my mama, my sister, my daddy, like, y'all don't agree with everything I say. Like, it's just a part of relationships. People are people, and everybody has their right to their views and their choices and preferences, but I still think that a lot of the information he shares is very valuable to women, because it's coming from somebody that won't shit before, and now, like, he's renewed himself. He chooses daily to commit to what he says he wants to commit to, and building his empire and doing the work of God, right? I like that. I like that you ain't trying to sugarcoat and act like you've been this way all your life, because you haven't. Like, so I respect that. A lot of these people, especially men that are online, benefiting monetarily, benefiting from the attention of us and our viewership, they only tell one side. It's just they get this knowledge and they figure out, I can get on the internet and talk to women about relationships and they're gonna listen because I'm attractive and da-da-da-da, all of that stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I started watching Tony because I thought he was kind of cute. I love his eyes or whatever, but I'm like, looking past all of that, he's a married man, but he shares some really good information. But other men ride that wave, and of course he's getting paid. You ain't gotta pay him. His videos are free to watch. That's a whole nother argument, because one of my friends was like, he's just pandering to women, which a lot of guys do. But these other guys, they don't really talk about who they are, number one, because honey, people be on the internet in a whole mess telling you what to do, but their life be a whole mess. And these guys don't share their true colors, which is what I think separates him from a lot of other people. It's also another couple I like to watch. I'm gonna put y'all on to, if you don't already know, Rebecca Lynn Pope and her husband. They are an older couple, but they get it. Their views are modern. They are still Christian people, but they're not churchy, and they don't regurgitate religious rhetoric. So I like that. I'm Christian as well, but I'm not churchy. I'm not a very religious in the sense of doing something over and over, repetitive, trying to gain a reward. That's not who I am. That's never who I will be. But I am a believer, and I connect to Tony and I connect to this couple because they get it. And it's not just, religious rhetoric. Like they making what they say practical, and they're sharing their testimonies and where they at. And I can appreciate that. So having said all of that, listening to that couple and Tony really gives me an edge and perspective out here in the dating world. And listening to my therapist that I talked about earlier too, my relationship therapist, Baby, I'm hip, okay? Because even your friends, your male friends, and your brothers and your daddies, they ain't gonna tell it all. I'm trying to tell you, they are not going to tell it all. And a lot of them are very hypocritical. A lot of your daddies, uncles, granddaddies, pastors, religious leaders, community leaders are the reason why women have Me Too stories. Okay, let's get into it. Why y'all always talking about my daddy would never, my uncle would never, he probably never did it to you. And there are some men that are stain free when it comes to that. I'm not gonna paint that that picture, but you don't know people, period. And you don't know these men and where they've been in their life. I don't know my father and my grandfather in totality. I can't tell you what they have and haven't done in their life. I can't. I know I love them. I know they've never hurt me, but I can't say that if someone came forward and said that this person harmed them, and is a reason why they have trauma, I can't say you lying. I can't say that. I would like to be able to say that, but I can't say that. So I won't say that. Having said all of that, the conditioning of our men, and I'm black, so I can speak to black men, but I am open to a foreigner. Hello, how you doing? Wherever you at, boo. My options are open. But I can speak to what I see in my community. A lot of the conditioning out here, trash, basura. It is time. Time is up on that. I for one, I'm glad that I have a black son, because no, I can't teach him how to be a man. I can show him how I can tell him, you can open mommy's door. You know, you can learn to cook. You can learn to do dishes. You can learn to wash your own clothes. He lives with me. I can teach him those things. I can show him that you're a human, and just as a human, you're supposed to know how to do these things. Not because a woman ain't supposed to do these things for you because she's a woman. You are a human, living, breathing, with limbs. You should know how to wash dishes, clean your clothes, and cook, because you got to do all, you got to eat, don't you? Okay. So yeah, a lot of conditioning it's time. Time is up. A lot of that misogyny and a lot of that stuff that men were handed down. I'm not saying all of it is trash, but a lot of it is trash. Okay. And the reason why a lot of men still operate now in the new millennium the way that they do is because of improper conditioning. Okay. And patriarchy. We can get into it. Kiara says, oh crap, hold on. Kiara says, I used to cape for the men in my life, brothers, cousins, etc. I got a reality check this year after realizing I was out of line. Had to realize hold on. I keep losing the comment. Had to realize I was not in a romantic relationship with these men. A lot of people love to speak up for their male family members and say what they will and won't do. You ain't screwing that man. You don't live with that man. And if you did live with him, he was a child. He's a grown man in relationships now, and you don't know that side of him. So stop trying to vouch for what you thought a man in your life would or wouldn't do. You're not his romantic partner. Just because they were my family doesn't mean they didn't treat other women horribly. Hello, you don't know everything that your mama does, your sister does, your best friend does. Y'all gotta stop. We have to stop vouching for people because we see them in one dimension. You don't know all the dimensions of one person. I don't put nothing past anybody, myself included. People are people. Tony says that all the time. Like, having them, you don't know the brain of a man until you are a man. Stop putting things past people. And that right there, like, it's a fine line you have to walk between the information you consume, because it's all about balance. Are you going to trust the process of love, or are you going to live on the side of fear and just be like, I ain't gonna date no more? I ain't gonna lie, after this last experience I had, child, I'm on the fence. I'm definitely about to delete my dating app because this is crazy. Let's get into it. 14 minutes in the video. I ain't even tell y'all what the title of the video is about yet. So let's get into that. Honey, I met somebody and he was not necessarily my type, but he was an attractive guy. So I swiped right. Because, you know, sometimes you got to step outside your norm, because your norm be getting you in trouble sometimes. And your package may not look like what you think it's going to look like. So my therapist encouraged me to get on the dating sites, go on dates, get dressed up, get told how beautiful you are, blah, blah, blah. It feels good, you know. Get into your feminine vibe by letting these men do what they're supposed to do and compliment you and make you feel good, and vice versa. But just a way to tap back into that, because I hadn't been dating for so long. So, okay, cool, sis. I'll do it. Reluctantly, but I'll do it. These men be lying. Tell me why. Everything was going great. I wouldn't say great, but okay. But there was a red flag. This person had been married. They said that they were divorced for about 4 years. But let me tell you something. Where I live is small, and I know a lot of people. I don't care where I live at, just what I do and my personality. I be knowing the people. I go to New York and be seeing people that I know. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, well, one of my mutual friends knew his ex-wife. And when I sent, because I'm always check in with my people and be like, y'all know this person, y'all know this person, give me the tea, because I'm not going out on a date with somebody and I don't know anybody connected to them. As many people in different circles I know in this city, I need to know at least one person you connected to so I can vouch, because ain't nobody trying to get swiped up off no dating site. No, sir, no ma'am. So I called my friend, sent her a screenshot. Oh yeah, I know him. I know his wife. I said, he said that he was divorced, has been divorced for 4 years. And she was like, well, from her Facebook page, I mean, just the other day, it was his birthday. She's saying happy birthday. She's posting family photos. So I'm getting the screenshot. She's sending them to me. I'm like, oh. So I didn't go, rah, 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 you lied. I just said, hey, remember my friend that I mentioned to you earlier, actually, if you asked if you knew her. He was like, no, I don't know her. Come to find out, my friend, of course, she knew his ex-wife or whatever. And I said, well, she's saying that you guys are still married. Can you explain this? And that's how I was approaching the situation. But it's a mess. Yes, the man was divorced. However, the ex-wife was still portraying on social media as if they were still married. If you're divorced and you've been divorced for 4 years, why are you still posting photos as of recently as this year with the whole family as if you guys are still married? You're not. So who are you telling lies for? If you're in a prior relationship and you decided to keep photos up of you and your family, okay, cool, that's your prerogative. But if you are still posting photos present day after the 4-year period or during the 4-year period that you've been divorced, that's a little loony to me. It's a little delusional. I ain't gonna go into all the details because it's a bit much and I don't want all my personal business out on the internet. But I'm gonna give y'all just enough so you can gag, okay? He was divorced. My friend also said that they had just had a new baby. I said, well, he told me he had a little girl that he had custody of from the marriage. She said, well, they just had a new baby. So I sent that screenshot to him. Apparently, homegirl, I don't know what happened with that situation, but the new baby is not his baby. So he was like, you're not gonna believe me, but that's not my baby, blah, 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 blah. So we got that straight. Yes, you are divorced, confirmed. She's still posting stuff to make it seem like y'all married, confirmed. She got a new baby, it ain't your baby, confirmed. The girl ex-wife reached out to my friend and confirmed that he was not married. So she said, I know what it looks like on Facebook, but we're not married. Okay, cool, we got all that straight. He was like, oh, I couldn't sleep all night because I thought you were never going to talk to me again. Are you still going to let me take you out? I'm like, if I can't hold that against you. You were truthful about the situation. You can't control what she's doing on her social media. So, of course, I'll still give you the opportunity to take me out. We didn't make it. Let me read Kira's comment. We did not make it out on nobody's date. After dating my ex, quote unquote, the narcissist. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to say quote unquote. This is Kira's comment. After dating my ex, the narcissist, met him on a dating app, realized he was so out of line. After that experience, I've decided not to date anyone at this time. Yeah. Kira also says, Lord, these guys are not well enough to be dating nobody. No, you need to go date yourself. You need to go date the Lord. You need to go talk to somebody, because right now you ain't good for nobody. Okay, baby, we did not make it to that date. I never give out my phone number on these apps. Like, even after I meet them, I still take my time. I need to, because listen, people are getting snatched up off these streets, okay? You ain't about to snatch me up, okay? With the Lord's protection, Jesus, because it's crazy out here. I finally gave dude my number. Finally. He had my number all of 10 minutes, and he blocked me. I didn't do anything, guys. Let me tell you what he did. The man sent me a poem. He had been laying it on thick. I know I'm an attractive woman, but I'm not I'm all right. I don't take myself that seriously. He had been laying on really thick. Mind you, we hadn't met each other yet. We had not even gotten to that point yet. Okay. Been verified them people, girl, because they lie. Yes, they lie. That's why we had to get into. They lie so much. The man had been landing on thick, and I'm like, oh, that's so cute, thank you. But at one point, I'm just like, this is just a bit much. He's being really like, it's too much. So then he sent me a poem. He sent me a poem. My spidey senses started to go off because I used to write poetry. A lot of people don't know that. It's way back in the day. And I was like if you go on poetry.com, you probably see an old poem that I wrote on there. Like this is probably like 09, 08, 09. Girl, spidey senses said, copy and paste. I copied the poem. Classic love bombing, yes. But then it's like, Kiara, it's so crazy that you have to, it's like cognitive dissonance at sometimes, because it's like you see what's happening, you want to know that you want to think that it's flattering, oh, he thinks I'm so this and that, but then it's like, why are you laying it on so thick? It's crazy how aware and how conscious you have to be nowadays, and it's almost like you psyching yourself out, but you have to question things. It's crazy. It's bananas. I'm still trying to navigate that myself. Anyway, child, the damn poem is on Google. The man stole the poem off Google. But that's not what makes it so bad. What makes it so bad is I asked him, I was like, oh, thank you so much for the poem. I was like, are you sure you didn't add a couple lines to it? Because he said, when he sent the poem, at right after the next text message, he said, I wrote this for you 2 days ago. So I'm like, okay, what? We just started okay. He said that. He said, I wrote this. Copy, paste, boom. It's on Google multiple times. And he, you know how some people type like a status and every word they capitalize the first letter in each word? Well, those 2 lines that he added to the poem at the very bottom, he did write that part. He didn't write the whole part because he capitalized every word in the sentence. So I knew, okay, this is the top part from Google, and then he added 2 lines, and you could tell like the way the poem was written, he was capitalizing all the words. It didn't look like that in the first part of it. So I asked him, I said, you sure you didn't add a couple lines? So he said, yes, I'm sure. Why can't you just say thank you? The man blocked me after that, y'all. Why do these niggas be lying so much? Girl, why? You could have been like, yeah, I found it on Google. I thought it was a nice poem. You got me. What is wrong with people? And that ain't even a half. I told you I'm not gonna go into this whole story because it's just a bit much. And he actually used to be really big on TikTok. Come to find that out, he told me that, and he was really big on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So if you find this video, sir, I don't know what to tell you, but nope. How the hell you gonna block me when you in the wrong? Like, huh? But I'm glad. Good riddance. Goodbye. All of that stuff. I hope I never see you again because that was too much. It was some yellow flags up in there. It was definitely some yellow flags. And I can go the extra mile and say it was some red flags. But, you know, whatever. Everything was cool until you sent the Google poem portraying that it was yours and blocked me. Kiara says, because they see the good qualities in you up front and try to learn your weaknesses so they can have an entryway to your weaknesses. Oh, girl. Men study us. And I have learned to stop giving up so much information up front. Tony gives a great example. Stop spelling out your love language and your qualities that you want in a man. Just give them generic stuff. If you know you like somebody to buy you flowers and stroke a certain part of your neck and like all them little nitpick details, nitty-gritty details, don't give all that because they listening to each thing and like, and I'm not saying all men, I'm just saying the trash men, okay? A guy, I need to preface that before anybody think I'm talking about all men. Y'all interesting though, but still, they taking all the notes. So when it's time to love bomb and do all the things that you like, they already know what to do because you've spelled it out for them. You can say something general like, I like an honest man, communication. I like someone that's romantic. You ain't got to spell it out for them. But girl, I gotta go get me a new nose ring because I'm so sick of this big nose. And this right here, I'm sick of it. I hope I can find something that doesn't show my nose. Well, y'all gonna see that, but doesn't show my nose ring. Hopefully I can find something. Guys, pray for me. This is the starter one that they gave me, and I gotta go to the ladies' room. But I hope y'all enjoyed this, honey. It's a lot I could have said, a lot more I could have said about this specific situation. But I will leave you all with this. I have had some nice dates with gentlemen from the dating app. Okay? Very nice dates. Really nice guys. I just haven't found my guy yet. But I'm not in a rush because this is crazy. I really hope I meet a man walking down the street because the old traditional way, ain't nothing wrong with that either. I think that's how I'm going to have to meet my man. But I'm just going to throw this out here in the universe. Foreigner me, please. He ain't got to be white. It's all type of countries and continents out there. Foreigner me, please. I need someone with a different mindset. Because this American mindset, basura, trash. Okay? I ain't saying all of y'all, but it's a lot of y'all. It's too many of y'all. But good men do exist. Good men do exist. It's just really sad that this last person that tried to creep up in here was doing the most. I caught him in a couple little yellow flag situations, and it was just like, why are we doing this? And it's certain men, like let me figure out how I want to say this. Men can be our kryptonite if we let them. Even the most smartest women, like if these educated women with all these degrees and stuff, some of them be dumb as hell when it comes to love, because men can be our kryptonite. But smarten up, ladies. Toughen up, wisen up, be smart. Send your location. Leave your red receipts on for your friends. Thank y'all for the likes. What else? Send these pictures from the Bumble app, send it in the whoever Tinders, whatever y'all own, to y'all friends. Find them on Facebook, Instagram. Send them to everybody. Let them know this is who I'm with. This is where we gonna be at. Hell, if you gotta tell them to come to the restaurant and sit over there in the corner with their boyfriend or somebody else and act like they're at lunch at the same restaurant. Whatever you gotta do, stay safe. But again, on the flip side of that, I want you all to know that there are still some good men out here, because I've gone on some dates, some really nice dates, very fun dates, but just haven't met my guy yet. But it's no rush, especially with, single moms. And Tony talks a little bit about this on his channel too. Some of this stuff is very hard to hear, and it's just like, really? He doesn't recommend online dating at all. He just says it's a certain type of man on online sites. But in my head, I'm like, okay, I hear what you're saying. But at the same time, things are changing. It's 2021, and if you got to go on a site to find your man because we on lockdown and can't really go nowhere or whatever, or because you're busy, then sometimes you might have to do that. Like, so I'm not going to think every man on there is the same, but I kind of see it's a certain mindset. It's definitely a certain mindset. And then another thing too, like, guys are so shy. You'll see a beautiful woman and she don't got the stank face on, and y'all just be like, I just got a message from my therapist. Oh, time for me to talk to her about this. But yeah, my relationship therapist. But so that's another thing. You think you're gonna meet the man walking down the street, child, but they be scared to talk to you. I got messages from guys from my early 20s in school and like, oh, I always want to talk to you. Well, why didn't you? Y'all gotta stop being so damn shy. But anyway, I'm gone. Let me go get this nose ringer because I'm sick of looking at this damn thing in my nose. I'm out of here. Baby, if y'all want to hear some more stories, I'll be trying to be private in a sense. Not too private, but I'll be trying to be like, use some discretion with what I share. But honey, girl, because y'all love that video I made about dating that cop. That was a mess. If you haven't seen that, go to my channel and look for that video. Dating a cop. Yeah. All right, y'all, I'm out. I know I talked for a while, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely go back and watch some other videos of mine and subscribe to my channel if you have not. Share this video with somebody, girl, because if they doing all that online dating and it's not working out for them, share this video. And if you met a dude that was similar to if you think you know the dude I was talking to, message me and I'll give you the tea. Kiara said, baby, we got to catch up. Call me, Kiara. Call me, sis. I love the story so much. Resonates with me. Oh, I need to find that one. Yeah, go find it, girl. That video, it got a lot of views on it. I'm like, okay, people clearly like when I talk about this relationship stuff or that whole dating a cop thing. It's a lot of videos. It's a lot of things about dating a cop. I think that's why people wanted to watch that video too. But anyway, I got to go to the bathroom. All right, I'm going, y'all. Peace. Thanks for watching. And thanks for joining my live.